Hey guys, what's going on? It's Infinity Sheep, and welcome back to another episode of Infinity Sheep News. We're going to talk about things Lego, movies, and more. Let's go to our first topic here, being some Lego. Of course, I'm have timestamps in the description, so if you want to go into different chapters, you can do so. Of course, this is a big one, episode 10. Man, I cannot believe it. We're on 10 episodes of Infinity Sheep News. Thank you for that. So first up, let's talk some Lego. So first Lego topic, there's going to be a couple Lego topics I'm going to be covering. And the first one is a big one. And that is the Lego Smart Brick sets. Yes, Lego Smart Brick is a thing that was announced. I believe like first week of January. It was I believe either the 4th to the 5th of January was when it was announced. It was announced at CES, which is like a big tech convention, like it's like announcing all the big tech things, like advancements and all that in the world of technology, and that's what happens. And of course, Lego decided to announce the Smart Brick system at CES, and we have 3 sets that was announced at CES, and there's 5 sets that were announced a couple of weeks later. And these are all Lego Star Wars sets, so let's go through them. The first one here being set number 75421, that'd be Darth Vader's TIE Fighter. It retails for $79.99, I believe, yeah, $79.99 US, or it could be, I believe, $69.99 US. I think it is $69.99 US. Now, I'm going to be using all US prices instead of Canadian because they are only releasing these sets in 6 countries on March 1st, and Canada is not one of them. So, yeah, I'll be using all US prices. But I still want to talk about them because I do want to cover them, and also I would try to see like what they would be Canadian. So my thought is that it's probably going to be a $90 set, so about $89.99 Canadian, would have been $99.99 Canadian. I could see that. But yeah, it's a very interesting set. Of course, you're going to have it where you have the Smart figures. Of course, this one has Darth Vader, and it has like a regular, like, Rebel Trooper in the set. Now, it does have an open back, so if you don't know, it has to be an easy way to get those Smart Bricks into the sets. So there's going to be little compromises, but it's for play value, as these are very much play sets for, a younger audience, and I think these are definitely going to be good for that. I don't know about displayability, as I was really excited when I first heard that we were going to get a Vader's TIE Fighter. I was super excited for that, because I have the TIE Interceptor, the TIE Bomber, and I have the TIE Fighter. So I was really excited to maybe add this one to my collection. But I don't know. I'm probably going to pick it up either way when it eventually releases in Canada. We don't have even a thought. We just know it's going to release in 2026. My guess is probably August or maybe September this year for Canada. I don't know. But yeah, I definitely am going to do a review on that one. I think out of all the Smart Play sets, probably the one I would get. And yeah, pretty interesting set, and definitely let's see how it goes. Other 2 sets, let's talk about those. Of course, the next one being set number 75423, that being the Luke's Red 5 X-Wing. I believe, yeah, Red 5 X-Wing retailing for $90 US. So I'm guessing about 120 Canadian is what I believe is going to be 90. These are $89.99 US or it's $99.99 US. Yeah, I believe it's 99 US. Yeah, it's $99.99 US. So I'm guessing 130 Canadian, and yeah, it's pretty interesting. Of course, it's definitely going to be a pretty good playset by the looks of it. It looks interesting. I think it's going to be a cool, playset for kids. I don't know about displayability with this one. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. And definitely, it's an interesting set. Of course, you have it where the Smart figures are Luke Skywalker in his like Red 5 X-Wing look. And then, of course, Princess Leia, I believe, as well. You're also going to have R2-D2. That is not a Smart figure. But it will have on the back a Smart tile. So that's how you're going to be able to get some of the sound effects. Which is, yeah, definitely interesting. I'll see how it goes. And then the third set of the 3 that was announced at CES. Now, no, these ones have the actual Smart bricks. These ones have the actual Smart bricks that you'd have in the set, where the other 5 are Smart brick compatible that don't come with the Smart brick and charger. That third set is set number 75427, that being the 300 dual and A-Wing. This one's interesting. I believe it retails for $179.99 like US, which is very interesting. It's $159.99 US, and it will be an interesting set. Of course, kind of the style of the 2005 Duel on Mustafar, which is a very fascinating set. It's very cool how we have these two little sticks that you have the figures on, like with little stands, and then you have where you'd fight and move around. Very interesting. Of course, you have it where you get 3 smart figures in this set, that being Luke Skywalker in his final dual outfit from Return of the Jedi, Darth Vader, and Emperor Palpatine, which is pretty interesting that you get 3 in this set. Now, my guess for how much it's going to be Canadian, I think it's going to be about $220, about $210, $220. So around something like the price of, like, the Star Destroyer, the 25th anniversary Star Destroyer, or like, the MTT, the Separate MTT, or the Republic Juggernaut. That's what my guess is going to be about that price range. So yeah, very interesting line of sets. Now we're going to talk about Smart Play compatible sets. These ones do not come with a Smart Break or Charger. These are just sets that you can easily integrate into those. So the first one here is Luke's Land Speeder, retailing for, I believe, $39.99 US, set number 75420. This one, of course, it's a standard-looking land speeder. I think it looks pretty good. It definitely really fits. The brick actually feels like it integrates really well to that set, but it looks at it. And yeah, it definitely is going to be interesting. Of course, you get Luke Skywalker in his farm boy outfit from, of course, Episode 4, A New Hope, which is pretty interesting. And yeah, that's pretty much 40 US, I'm guessing about 60 Canadian. The next set here is Yoda's Hut and Jedi Training. That being set number 75422. Of course, it will retail for $69.99 US. So my guess is about $99.99 Canadian. That's my guess. And of course, the smart figure. And this is Yoda, and I believe Jedi Training Luke. I believe there's 2 in this set. But of course, no smart brick. It's just the figures and the tiles. It looks like a pretty fun and interesting set. I think it looks cool, in my opinion. I think especially that, Yoda's Hut. I think it looks great. The next set is set number 75424. That being AT-ST Attack on Endor. This retails for $49.99 US. So my guess is about maybe $70 US. So probably $69.99 Canadian. That's my guess. And of course, you're going to have it where I believe it's Ewok that's a smart figure in that set. And I believe maybe the AT-ST Driver might be also a smart figure. Don't quote me on that. I'll confirm whether or not it post editing the video. So yeah, they'll have it where future me will have it on screen for you. Interesting set. Looks pretty cool. The next set, number 75425, that being Mos Eisley Cantina, retailing for $79.99 US. So my guess is about 110, 120. I think about 110, 115 price range, probably not US, Canada, Canadian. I think it's gonna be about 120, 110 to 120. I think it's gonna be for that set. And the ones that you get in that is, I believe, Greedo and Luke, I believe, are the 2 that you get in that. And then the last set is the Millennium Falcon set number 75426, retailing for $99.99 US. So my guess is about $129.99 Canadian. That's my guess on that. And of course, the smart figure you get in that is Han Solo and Chewbacca. I believe those are the 2 that you get in that set. And it very much looks downscale, but very much looking like it could be a sturdy build. Definitely something that could be pretty cool. And to be honest, the look of it kind of reminds me of this Millennium Falcon set that I had when I was younger. It wasn't a Lego set. It was more like a preschool or early age set. If I can find a picture of it, I'll have it on the screen. But if I can't, it's very much like that set. It definitely reminds me of it. Looks quite interesting, and my guess is it's probably gonna be about 130 as well. Definitely a very interesting set. What do you guys think about all the smart play sets that were announced? Holy cow, this is really cool and definitely something very interesting to look into more if you want some more deep dives into it. Definitely, hopefully I'll be able to get sets eventually, but yeah, just stay tuned for those. And yeah, what do you guys think? Leave a comment down below. What do you guys think about the smart play sets? Now on to our next LEGO topic here, that being the LEGO Pokemon sets. definitely this is an interesting one, and definitely something super exciting for Pokemon fans. This is also just something really cool in general, considering how for years now, Mega Constructs has had the theme and the license to make Pokemon, building sets. Now Lego's got the license, which is awesome, especially if you are a fan of Pokemon, or if you're just a fan of just video game sets in general, because it means that we're probably going to get some cool Lego minifigures down the line. But currently, they only are doing, like, display sets. Like, they're all, like, in the 18-plus category. And we're talking about there are 3 sets. The first one here being set number 72151. That being EV, retailing for $84.99 Canadian. Now, these sets are releasing in Canada on, I believe, February 27th, which is Pokemon Day. Which is very interesting that they're not putting it on, like, March 1st to February 1st. I think it just makes it a lot easier to get these sets. So, yeah. It looks like an awesome set, great display piece, but also just really cool to just pose around, do some cool, photos if you're into like photography, like definitely something interesting to look at. The next set is Pikachu at Pokeball, set number 72152, retailing for $269.99 Canadian. Definitely an interesting set, and it actually looks like a great display piece. Like genuinely, like the way the Pokeball is, looks very accurate. Of course, Pikachu looks great. It definitely is an interesting looking set and definitely something to get excited about. Then the third set, holy cow, set number 72153, Venusaur Charizard Blastoise, retailing for $899.99 Canadian, or about $900. Holy cow, that is crazy that we're in a day and age where like Lego sets are just getting, like, that's crazy that we have a set. It's almost 7,000 pieces. I think it's like 6,800 pieces. It's just insane. It looks like such a beautiful model. Like, it looks incredible. I have a picture of it on screen. It looks beautiful. It looks so good. Like, it looks absolutely beautiful, but definitely, this is going to be a hard one to get. So just, if you're planning on getting any of these sets, make sure to be there on launch day, because I'm expecting these to go fast. I'm expecting these to go very fast. And of course, there will be gift purchases. So if you buy the Venusaur Charizard Blastoise, you will get basically like the Kanto gym badge set. And I'll have all 8 gym badges in a nice little case. And it looks quite cool if you are a fan of Pokemon. Definitely something to look into getting. If you want to get that, make sure you're there early. Like, it's probably going to be, I think these sets are probably going to go fast, and definitely something to look into. And of course, there also is like a gift purchase if you are a Lego Insider. So if I believe you spend about 2,500 points, you can get this like little Pokemon Center build. It looks quite nice. It definitely is something pretty cool to, get. If you are a Pokemon fan, definitely something to get if you want to complete the collection and look nice on your shelf. So yeah, what do you guys think of these Pokemon sets? And, just let me know in the comments if you want. Are you excited for these Pokemon sets? Let me know in the comment section below. Now on to our last LEGO topic here, being some, other sets that have been announced that are really cool and definitely something cool to talk about. The first one here being The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, the final battle, set number 77093, retailing for $179.99 Canadian. This set looks incredible. I'm super hyped to get this. This releases on March 1st. This is like the one set I'm going for. Like, that's easy. Like, you can't get anywhere else except the LEGO store. I'm super excited that the set looks great. I have a picture on screen. It looks absolutely incredible. You get a minifigure of course Link. You get one of Zelda, and you get one of Ganondorf, which I believe is the first time I'm getting a Ganondorf minifigure. And man, they all just look incredible. They always look so good. And just the build in general looks great, and definitely something to get excited about. The next set here being set number 11373, that being the Sauron helmet, retailing for $89.99 Canadian. This set looks incredible. Of course, you get a minifigure of Sauron, which is previously only in like the $600 Baradur set, which also just looks incredible. It's a beautiful set. But definitely it's something super cool to get excited about. It's the first time getting a minifigure and a helmet set, because usually with helmet sets we only get like just the helmet. So this is definitely something to be excited about, and definitely opens the door for some pretty interesting, cool ideas that you can do. Like, I hope to get more helmets like in the Lord of the Rings theme, because there are some really cool helmets that we can get, and I think that would be awesome to get some like really, really good helmets with some really, really good minifigures. Man, Lord of the Rings has always had great, incredible minifigures, and they look great. They always look great. So definitely something to look forward to. And then last set that we have, my sister is super excited for, that being set number 43300, that being latest suit, retailing for $189.99 Canadian. And all the sets I'm talking about currently release on March 1st, of course, of 2026. This set looks awesome, and definitely my sister is super excited for this set. This is the set that she's going for on March 1st. Literally, I'm pretty sure it was announced like the same day from the day before I went to LEGO store to pick the Golden Retriever set, which I'm currently building on. It's definitely going to be the next LEGO review I do. And yeah, she's super excited for it, and I hope there are people out there who are super excited for this set, because this looks like an awesome set. And the last set I got for you is set number 43005, that being Piglet's birthday, reselling for $49.99 Canadian. This set looks also really cool. And with both Winnie the Pooh and this set, you actually get minifigures of these like big buildable characters, which look awesome and definitely something really cool. And hey, what do you guys think of this? Drop in the comment section below. Let me know what do you guys think about, these really cool sets that are all releasing on March 1st. Now on to some movie news. Of course, there are some really big topics to talk about today. First one being that Disney has a new CEO. That's right. There's a new CEO in the Walt Disney Company, that being Josh D'Amaro. Now, of course, he isn't officially CEO until, he won't be the CEO until like the next earnings call, which I believe is in the middle of March, I believe. So that's when he'll be officially the CEO, but he was announced this month to be replacing, of course, Bob Iger. This is Bob Iger's successor. Of course, after, Bob Chapek and that whole fiasco, this is definitely just a great decision to have it be someone who's very well respected in the Disney community. And is also just he's really knowledgeable. He's been with the company for over 30 years. Definitely he's someone that is definitely going to be very good in this role, and definitely was a good decision on Disney, like the Walt Disney Company, to have it be someone who's very well liked. And every time I've seen him on screen at D23 when he would announce the park stuff, because that's where he came from, was Disney Parks and Experience. He was the head of that division, and now he's the head of the company, which is awesome because, maybe that means some cool stuff in the parks, but also some really cool stuff movie-wise, because he very much seems like someone who respects Disney and respects, the whole mythology and all that of Disney, of course, now Marvel, Star Wars, Pixar, Lucasfilm, all these different things, like Fox and stuff like that. Definitely, this is awesome to hear about. And what do you guys think about this? Drop down in the comment section below, let me know. And now our last story for today, I believe our second to last story, that being that we have a new CEO or new president of Lucasfilm, which is what I was thinking to next, about how things are very much shaking up at Disney. Is Dave Filoni is taking over for Kathleen Kennedy. Of course, it is co-presidents with another person, which I do not know how to say her name. Lin-Wen. I have it right here. It's Lin-Wen Brand. I think that's how you Brian. Lin-Wen Brand. I'll have the actual name of the person. Of course, this is future me editing it. So this is very interesting. It is very good that we have someone, very much someone who really understands what Star Wars needs to be, which is awesome. Honestly, does this mean finally to get that KOTOR trilogy? Now, if you don't know what KOTOR means, it's Knights of the Old Republic. It was a series of video games. Of course, we have a new game in that series. Of course, Fate of the Old Republic, which is basically being made by the same team that did KOTOR 1 and KOTOR 2. Which I don't really cover gaming, but definitely something interesting to hear about. Hopefully we get that KOTOR trilogy now, and hopefully we also get that Thrawn trilogy, because man, Thrawn, he deserves it. Give Thrawn that trilogy, and hopefully this means some more just fan favorite characters, and also just very much could we go back to all the stuff in Legends, because you're doing those hundreds and hundreds, maybe thousands of books and stories out there that are beyond the Skywalker saga, beyond the prequels, beyond the sequels, that are currently just legends because they aren't canon. I bet all these things are going to become canon again. Does that mean we finally get a Force Unleashed movie? Does that finally mean that we get to see some other cool things? Does this finally mean that we get all those movies that were announced Like, there's so many movies that were supposed to be made that never got made. Of course, the Rogue Squadron movie, Taika Waititi's movie, all these other movies, of course, were supposed to release. Well, of course, we have went, 7, 8 years since the last movie? Of course, that being Rise of Skywalker. And of course, they have the Mandalorian Grogu movie is releasing in a couple months. Which, by the way, a trailer did drop for that literally after I wrote the script. So that will be in the next episode of Infinity Sheep News. So look forward to that. This is just incredible news. And what do you guys think about this? That Captain Kennedy is now gone, and it's Dave Filoni taking the helm. And yeah, just let me know in the comment section what you guys think of it. Now we have reached the end of this episode of Infinity Sheep News, and let's just talk some things. So of course, the Golden Retriever set review is coming. I'm currently in the midst of building it. Of course, I have some other videos. Of course, I recently put out the Back to the Future DeLorean review, which you guys thoroughly enjoyed. Thank you for that. And yeah, just some really cool stuff coming along the way. Hopefully soon, some movies start releasing. Of course, I know like the first movie that I want to see is Project Hail Mary. That is released until like the end of March. There's just some really cool things got working on. And yeah, definitely thank you so much. This is the end of the 10th episode of Infinity Sheep News. 10 episodes. I thank you for all the support that you guys have shown throughout all 10 episodes. And hey, here's to another 10. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, sheep on.